This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Hey guys, remember last time I said that we would be delving into something a little bit more fashionable? Well, let's take a look at Barbie in a fashion fairy tale and see if style can equal substance. In my earlier assessment of movies tailored specifically for little girls, I made the observation that all you have to do is make it twinkly and pretty and nothing else. Hopefully a fashion fairy tale will follow in the footsteps of The Great Puppy Adventure and break away from that stereotype. We open on Barbie making a new movie based on The Princess and the Pea.
Thank you for giving me a place to rest tonight. You are very kind.
Excuse me a moment. There we go. Too much pink energy is dangerous.
My, what an enormous bed.
But of course, darling. I would provide no less for a princess. If you really are a princess.
And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Then some zombie pea monsters come onto the set, and Barbie, demonstrating some kind of artistic integrity, has a few objections to this.
Just 1 second, please. Todd, your vision is so unique, and well, it's unique. But to me, The Princess and the Pea is so great because it's simple. The princess stays true to herself, even when it's hard and everyone else doubts her. If the scene gets too, well, I don't know.
Unique?
Exactly! I just think maybe that really cool story will get a little lost. What do you think?
You know that flapping thing you were doing with your mouth just then?
You mean expressing my opinion?
Yeah, that. No more of that. From the top, people!
Yeah, everybody who's the face of a $2 billion empire, raise their hand. If Barbie wants a normal interpretation of The Princess and the Pea, Barbie gets a normal interpretation of The Princess and the Pea.
Oh, I think I've got the answer. Get off the set.
Oh, okay, cool. We could talk in the commissary or in the coffee shop or maybe...
No, not us get off the set. You get off the set. You're fired!
I'm fired?
No, you're not. You have a pink trailer, a dog groomer who keeps your poodle perfectly clean at all times, and they gave you a laptop with your logo on it. These people are bending over backwards to make sure you get everything you want exactly how you want it. Clearly this director is just high on bath salts right now. Sadly, Barbie is pretty shaken by this turn of events.
The comments! So never liked her, awesome news? Always knew she'd go diva? Is that really how people see me?
It's haters being hateful. Ignore it.
How? Those people are happy I got fired, and there were lots more like that. I don't know. If people don't want to see me act, maybe I shouldn't be acting.
Take note, Megan Fox. She then gets a phone call from her boyfriend Ken, who is apparently breaking up with her after hearing about her losing the gig. Douche!
Ken just broke up with me. No!
Just now? On the phone? What kind of guy does that?
I guess a guy with no real emotions.
I was gonna say a man with no penis, but that works too. She decides to visit her famous fashion designer, Aunt Millicent, in Paris to cheer her up, and because she's still frickin' Barbie, she can just immediately catch the next flight at a moment's notice. All the money in the world and she's flying coach. Does she consider herself to be just a normal girl, or did she forget that she's got her own private jet that she can fly herself?
Don't ask me, I'm just a girl.
Paris!
No. That's not Paris. That's Barbie Land, USA. Yeah, for some reason they decided to not place Barbie in the real world, but in some kind of alternate reality where the world is her dollhouse. Look, they even made the windows all warbly like they were made out of thin plastic. It's like the Lego movie, except it's never revealed that Barbie is actually a fashion doll, so what's the point? Back in America, Barbie's friends are shocked to find that Ken has apparently left Barbie for Betty Page.
Are you kidding me?
Grace! Teresa! Where's Barbie?
Why do you want to know?
I can't reach her at all. I've called, I've texted, I've emailed. Nothing's going through. Is she okay?
She's kind of in Paris?
Paris? Paris, France? Since when was she going to Paris?
It's sort of a long story.
Not really. You dumped her, she was feeling blue, off she went. Actually, it was all a clever trick so that not Betty Page here could keep Ken all to herself, and he rushes off to Paris to patch things up between him and Barbie. You jump back to Barbie as she meets her aunt, who has given up designing and is closing her studio because the last show that she did got bad reviews.
I've seen your latest lines. They're fantastic.
Not according to my audience. So I ask you, if your audience doesn't like what you do, does it make sense to keep doing it?
Doesn't seem to stop Shia LaBeouf. Barbie goes up to the studio with Millicent's assistant, Elise, and... Wait a minute, what was that? Dude, she's scoping out Barbie's ass!
Mon Dieu, I would totally tap that!
Elise exposits that she wanted to be a designer herself, but she was too timid to pursue her dream. Then their attention focuses to this strange wardrobe.
It turns out the very first fashion house in Paris was right here in this building.
Seriously?
Yes! And the more I read, the more I found stories of magic here. Real magic! Mystical creatures who appear from inside an ancient wardrobe to help designers over the years. Oh, look!
It does look like the same wardrobe.
Mystical creatures. Magic wardrobe. Last week we were ripping off Indiana Jones, and now we're going into Narnia!
You can summon its magical creatures in 2 steps. First, you put a worthy design in the wardrobe. Oh, I don't know if it's worthy, but it's what I have. Next, you recite a chant. And to find the chant, the books say you read the writing on the wall.
The writing on the wall. Interesting.
I thought the same thing, but there's no writing anywhere.
Wait a minute. When I did The Three Musketeers, we shot in this...
Wait. The Three Musketeers? She's acknowledging the existence of another Barbie movie? These movies actually are in continuity with each other? Even in movies that have nothing to do with each other, I'm still reviewing them out of sequence!
Maybe the writing is on the wall, but a secret wall.
Alice! You found it! 1, 2, 3, et puis voilà. Dans ton cœur, t'as le pouvoir.
That little chant roughly translates to 1, 2, 3, so there, therefore your heart, you have power. So, not content with ripping off Indiana Jones and the Chronicles of Narnia, now Barbie is ripping off the Care Bears. Said chanting summons these... things. Flaries. There's some things in this world that are just too stupid to come up with a joke to highlight how stupid it is. And their names are Glimmer, Shimmer, and Shiny. Apparently they got their names from the George Lucas dictionary.
The magical creatures!
We are not creatures. Shine?
Except for Shiny, who somehow missed the apostrophe in her name that magically changes it from Shine to Shiny. Apparently these things come to whatever fashion designer is in need of them, and if they like the clothes that are presented to them, they make it all shiny and sparkly. Barbie tells them of Millicent's retirement, which is bad news for the Flairies, since shutting down the studio will mean the end of their powers somehow.
Flairies, fall in! We're gonna give this Millicent a piece of our mind!
Because when Flairies want to give you a piece of their mind, it is on, boy howdy! A random passerby spots the dress that Elise designed and buys it from her on the spot. Barbie gets the idea to create their own line of clothes to help save the studio. I would like to remind you that only 3 years before this, Pixar released Ratatouille, which features one of the most gorgeous recreations of Paris in animation history. And then this movie happened. And no, I don't care if this world was designed to look like a series of dollhouses. It's still Paris! How do you sleep at night, movie?
It's a perfect day. Come along. It's a perfect day with you.
Ah, mais oui. The secret to making fashion truly fantastique is, how you say, oui, the bedazzler. Ken, meanwhile, is having a bunch of misadventures on his quest to get back with Barbie, including having to contend with screaming kids on his flight, hitching a ride with some pig farmer, and missing his train.
No!
And the clouds gathered, and God said, "I hate you, Ken." Oh yeah, there's also this weird subplot where Millicent's dog, Jacques Rousseau, get it? Is apparently a designer himself, and he whips up a couple of new ensembles for Barbie's poodle, Sequin. And Elise is aware of Jacques' talents. Hello? Get Animal Planet on the phone and have them make a documentary about him! That's how you save this fashion house!
Sequin, how gorgeous are you? Now we have 2 designers for the fashion show.
Oh, of course. I've dreamt of being a designer my whole life, and you put me on the same level as a dog? Thanks a lot, bitch.
Millicent's failure as a designer is thanks in part to these rival designers across the street, who are notorious for stealing all of her designs. Not quite sure how obvious knockoffs end up being more successful than the originals, but whatever. They discover the Flairies and decide to kidnap them for their own endeavors. There, you see, this is why France should not operate on the honor system. They apparently don't believe in locks. You can actually just walk right into the Louvre and steal whatever you want.
Shower, that's our power. We glow clothes that always wow her.
With each passing second, my brain is becoming more and more candy-coated. Is brain diabetes a thing?
Sparkle shower.
I'll let you out at some point, but not until you help me glitterize my designs like the ones at Millicent's. I got nothing. You?
Hey, maybe you should go to the fashion show at Millicent's tomorrow night. Elise's designs are incredible.
Excusez-moi? I won't go to Millicent's fashion show because I'll be here, having my own fashion show, complete with everyone who's anyone in Paris. Now, make with the magic.
Here's the deal. We're not inspired by these dresses. If we make with the magic, we don't know what will happen.
1. Bullcrap! All you've been doing is making the dresses sparkly. Just puke sparkly twinkles all over these dresses like you've been doing. 2. You've been modifying designs that were inspired from Millicent's work, which was also the inspiration for these things. What's the difference? 3. You don't know what'll happen if you sparklify designs that you aren't inspired with? Great. Not even Barbie is safe from, "It's magic, I don't have to explain it."
Time! I knew you were stalling. My dresses are beautiful.
They're beautiful now, but I'm telling you, that magic's not stable.
Blah, blah, blah. Lies, lies, lies. The dresses are perfect. Just like all my dresses will be from now on. Thanks to you my pets.
Barbie and Elise still need to make a bunch of new dresses in time for the fashion show tomorrow, and to do something like that with so little time, there's only one way to do it.
The hour's approaching to give it your best, and you've got to reach your prime. That's when you need to put yourself to the test and show us the passage of time. We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
In this montage, you see the animals designing and making their own clothes. This movie isn't about them in any way whatsoever, and they have more involvement with the story than the puppies did in The Great Puppy Adventure. Speaking of animals, they spot the Fairies trying to signal them for help, and they bust them out.
Bonsoir, mes amis. Non. Non. Ah, oui.
No! No! Oui! They get the Fairies back to Millicent's and set up for the fashion show the next day. So, apparently the Fairies can't make their own clothes, but they can make catwalks, curtains, and chairs. And since they made it without the same kind of inspiration that went into making the clothes sparkly, that means that everything here is going to explode. Actually, unstable magic does not make things explode, it just kinda makes them melt and smell like crap, as we see in this fashion show being held by Millicent's rivals.
Oh, that smell! I've heard of trashy clothes, but this is ridiculous.
Those clothes weren't trashy. They were derelict! Barbie's fashion show, however, looks like it's going to be a huge success.
Are you nervous?
Only to the point of not being able to breathe.
Me too.
You? But you've been doing this forever.
I know, but that was before everyone said I was out of style. And if we fail now...
You won't. Don't you see? You've already succeeded.
But how?
Barbie...
It's true. I know how hard it is to believe in yourself when it seems like the world is against you. But that's what you've both done. You believed. And look at the results!
Ugh, this movie's making me roll my eyes at everything else, but then it throws one of my personal philosophies at us? That's not cool, movie! So they have their show, Barbie struts her stuff, and sadly we do not get to see the mousy little Elise get to feel glamorous by showing off her outfits herself. Yeah, it would be kind of cliched if they did do that, but at least it'd be more satisfying than seeing Barbie hog the spotlight.
How about we finish this off with a bang? I like your attitude, sister.
Sorry, I gotta.
Barbie? Barbie!
Ken? Ken!
Barbie, I would never break up with you. I didn't. I promise you it was all a misunderstanding. The minute I found out, I knew I had to see you and talk to you, but you had already left and...
And someone literally dropped a pin just so we could hear it. Then the Fairies dress him up as Jared Leto's Joker. I'd rather stick with the split pants, thank you very much. So the movie comes to an end as Barbie and her friends go to the after-party, and the Fairies turn their limos into horse-drawn carriages. So they can't make clothes, but they can make life out of spare car parts. Of course! And the party's at Disneyland Paris, I guess. So that was Barbie in a fashion fairy tale. And I need to watch me some serious Chuck Norris right now. Man, this was such a letdown after my last review. Not only is this movie as stereotypically girly as you would imagine, it's just boring. The story's predictable, the characters are bland, the animation is dull, the Fairies may as well have not existed for all the bearing they had on the plot, the villains pose no logical threat to our heroines, and the world being designed to look so toy-like is completely pointless. I understand that properties like this are made purely for the sake of selling toys to kids, but the least they could do is try to not make it look like a big commercial. Apparently this is supposed to be the real world, as opposed to Barbie and the Three Musketeers, which is an in-universe work of fiction? If this is supposed to be the real world, why are there magic and fairies in it? What the hell's going on here? But I cannot give up hope, right? I mean, just because I was let down by one bad Barbie movie, that doesn't mean that the rest of them are going to be terrible, does it?
liked all 6.
Barbie girl.
Barbie Fashionistas dolls, each sold separately. Which fashionista are you?
Where'd you get that? The blue jeans, the cute tops, the lip gloss, dresses impossible. In the house we got it all. It's better. Can't be late, no time to wait.
Introducing a whole new world of Barbie. Find your style, Barbie.
Calling all fashion designers. Make your own Barbie fashions. Barbie Fashion Design Maker doll gives you a world of fashion choices right at your fingertips. Design your own original styles. Upload your own fabulous photos. Print your designs on real fabric, just like a real fashion designer. Barbie! Design, print, dress. If you can dream it, Barbie can wear it. Barbie Fashion Design Maker. Download the app or software to your tablet or computer. Printer not included.
Fashion photo Barbie.
Alter the lens. Barbie, you strike a pose.
Shirt, skirt, crop top, chic capri, smile please, Christy pose.
Hey, girlfriend.
Kayla
Way to move.
Another smile, supermodel style. Fashion photo Barbie. Fashion photo Barbie doll and friends each sold separately with pretend camera. Dolls move when you turn the lens. Barbie.
Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, watch more.